Welcome to tonight's video on Unit 10, Part 5. We're going to be talking about tangents, and a tangent is a line that intersects a circle at only one point. So notice you see a couple tangents drawn in yellow to circles. Notice they just touch the circle at one point. A common tangent is a line that is tangent to two or more circles. So notice this one here is a common tangent because it is tangent to two circles. So number 39 here asks, draw the common tangents. If no common tangents exist, state no common tangent. Well, for two circles that have the same center, there are no common tangents. It's impossible to draw a common tangent. However, for this one here, notice you could draw a common tangent. You could start it out here, like that, and like that. There's some common tangents. Here, sorry. You can draw common tangents like that. And then for this one as well, you could draw a common tangent there. Oop. Sorry, let me do that again. And there. So those are common tangents for those situations. Now, a theorem about tangents in a plane, if a line is perpendicular to a tangent, a line is tangent to a circle if and only if it is perpendicular to a radius drawn to the point. So wherever that line intersects the circle, it is perpendicular to the radius. So for example, here in number 40, it says KL is a radius of circle K. Determine whether LM is tangent to circle K or not. The answer, well, it only is if this is a right triangle. So to determine if it's a right triangle, you have to say 20 squared plus 21 squared. Does that equal 29 squared? Well, the answer to that question is yes, it does. So therefore, that is a tangent line. So then we'll look here and we'll say, okay, does 14 squared plus 16 squared equal 21 squared? So you do the Pythagorean theorem and you'll notice that it does not work. So therefore, YZ is not tangent to circle X because that doesn't form a right triangle. All right, so next it says in the figure WE is tangent to circle O at W, find the value of X. So it tells you it's tangent, so that means this is a right triangle. And then we can do the Pythagorean theorem, so X squared plus, now this side here is 16 plus X, or X plus 16 squared equals 24 squared. So remember, when we square an expression here, that X plus 16 squared is the hypotenuse, actually. So we have to rewrite this. Plus 24 squared equals X plus 16 squared, because it's the hypotenuse. So X squared plus 576 equals, here you have to FOIL. So when you FOIL, you get X squared plus 32X plus 256. Subtract X squared from both sides, so they cancel. And then when you subtract 256, you get that 320 equals 32X, divide by 32. So X is equal to 10. 43 is the same way. So this is perpendicular. So you get x squared plus 16 squared equals now x plus 8 squared. X squared plus 256 equals x squared plus 16x plus 64 when you FOIL. Because remember, when you square, you have to multiply it by itself. So x plus 8 times x plus 8. So then you subtract. And you get 256 equals 16x plus 64. You subtract 64. And you get 192 equals 16x. Divide by 16 and you get x equals 12. All right, so the next one is if two segments are from the same exterior point are tangent to a circle, then they are congruent. So that means that AB would be congruent to BC. So here, notice AC and CB would both be congruent because they're both tangent to the circle. So that means 3x plus 2 would equal 4x minus 3. Then you add 3. So x equals 5. Same thing with 45. 5x plus 4 would have to equal 8x minus 17. So we get 3x, add 17, and you get 21. So then divide by 3, and you get 7 equals x. So then in the next picture, round cookies are marketed in a triangular package to pique the interest of the consumer. In triangle QRS is circumscribed about circle T. Find the perimeter of QRS. So notice if S to M is 10, then that means S to N is 10. And if this is 8, this side, and this is 2 here, so you got 2 and 2. So that means this is 6 here, because the whole thing's 8. So then 6 here. So the triangle, it's 12, 8, and 16. So the perimeter of triangle QRS equals 12 plus 16 plus 8. So it's 36 centimeters. All right, then the next one. So here you want to determine if BC is tangent, so you got to do the Pythagorean Theorem. So 6 squared plus 6 rad 3 squared. Does that equal 12 squared? So 6 squared is 36. 6 rad 3. So 6 rad 3 times 6 rad 3. 6 times 6 is 36. Rad 3 times rad 3 is 3. 36 times 3 is 108. And then 12 squared is 144. 36 plus 108 is 144. So the answer to that is yes, it is tangent because it's a right triangle. And here, remember, these two segments are equal because they come from the same external point and they're both tangent to the circle. So x plus 7 equals 3x minus 3. Then you add 3 to both sides. Divide by 2. X is equal to 5. All right, so that concludes our video on part 5. Part 6 coming up soon.